Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 70 of the Showbound podcast. I'm your host, Michael Raskin, here with Ethan Cardwell, rocking the mullet for playoffs. Cards, what's going on, bud?
No, yeah, just like you said it best, playoff time. All the boys got mullets, and we're gonna hear from a few of the boys here in a little bit. But yeah, no, just finished game 3. We got the win last night, so exciting times in Barrie. Hopefully, we can keep rolling tomorrow when this episode airs on Wednesday night.
Yeah, so it's Tuesday as we record. Colts leading 2-1 in the series over Mississauga. So yeah, we'll just explain, I guess. Cards, do you want to explain kind of the episode structure, a little bit of a different one for this week?
But yeah, like everyone in the hockey world's kind of really busy right now. It's playoff time. NHL's kind of closing in on the playoffs here too. So especially for Raskin and I, it's real busy for us. So we don't really want to have to take the time, to look for a guest or kind of connect with that. And then it would be such a gong show trying to coordinate it from there, just with everybody's timing being off games every day and stuff like that. So we thought it would be best just have a few of the boys from my team. So we're going to be joined by Tyson Foerster and Declan McDonnell, and just talk a little bit, have some fan questions, a couple of this or that's, just get to know them a little bit. And yeah, just talk, have a good episode, and it'll be a short and sweet one, and hopefully catch you guys up on what we're doing.
Yeah, and for those who are familiar with Tyson Foerster, you may remember him from episode 17. And if you're not, you want to check out episode 17 now, where we had him on for a full episode. But yeah, I mean, where do we want to start? I guess, Cards, we got to start with you. Take the hat off and show the mully.
Yeah, no, it's for the YouTube viewers. It's nice. Get the lines in the side, the 2-line touch. It's nice. They took a lot off, so it's gonna be a look that I'm gonna be rocking for quite a long time. But that's okay. Hopefully, we're playing for a long time too, right?
Oh yeah, I was at the game. What was it, yesterday? No, game
Sunday.
2, as you know, in Mississauga. I'm coming again on to game 5 in Mississauga. I'll be there with some of my boys too, so that'll be a fun one. But obviously, we got to talk that game where you guys lost in overtime. Won the first one 2-1 in overtime. Won the second one, or lost the second one 2-1 in overtime, and then won game 3 in regulation. Now you had a goal and a fight in game 3. Can we talk about what went down?
Yeah, it wasn't much of a fight. I mean, a little
I
bit
saw
of
the
a
video.
just a scrum. I ended up losing my balance. It was like just a quick mix up and then right to the box. But I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, it got the boys going. I think it did help contribute, and we had a bunch of big hits after that and stuff too. Especially from Declan McDonnell. We might have to clip that hit and ask him about it, because it was unbelievable. The best hit I've ever seen in my career anyway, live in person. But the game itself was good. I think we played a lot better. The game opened up a little bit more than the rest of the series has been. And it was it's good hockey. It's a grudge match out there, and any mistake, the team's going to jump on it either way. So you got to be careful at both ends with the puck. And Lalama did a great job stepping in for us too. He was unreal last night.
Yeah, I don't want to say rudely, but I was surprised seeing him go in, and obviously he did such a good job. So it's pretty cool. It almost makes the decision now for Marty, like, what do you do for the next game? Going back to the game I was at on Sunday, like you were saying, how they'll capitalize mistakes, all that stuff. It is literally like a chess match. The amount of defense and physicality in the playoffs, it's so different. Really, like the low scoring games, the constant, I said this to you after the game, it was a lot of back and forth. Like the game 2 was very neutral zone heavy, transition, like turnover, quick ups. Like it was a lot of like back and forth type of play. Like what makes it so different from regular season, do you think?
I think just the fact that everybody knows if you lose 4 games, you're going home. So like every single mistake is like magnified, and it's like made way bigger than it would be in the regular season. Because if you lose a game in the regular season here and there, it's like, okay, whatever. Like it's not as big of a deal, but it's just like everything's blown up, and everyone's just got to give it their all every shift, or you're gonna fall in a trap. You lose 1, then you lose 2, and before you know it, your season's over. So I think everybody plays with that kind of passion and desire to keep moving on through the series and go try to win it all with their boys. So that's definitely what it's been for us. You just kind of go out there every shift and you don't want to get scored against, but at the same time, you definitely got to do your best to create as much offense as you can.
I'm wondering, are you preparing any differently for a playoff game? I guess this will be a question for the boys later too. Or are you going same routine?
No, yeah, like just you don't want to make it anything bigger than it has to be. I think every game's just another game. You got to prepare the same way, and that's part of being a pro, right? You got to at the next level. You're not going to take any days off. Every game's like a playoff game, especially when you're trying to break into the league. So just preparation, stretching, hydration, sleep, all that stuff goes into every single game every year. And definitely, I think maybe in the room it's a little bit more dialed before the games and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's pretty similar to what you'd see any other day.
Yeah. What about like practice schedule? Like, obviously light, short practices, I would imagine. But what about like off days? Like, what's the workload like for you guys on non-game days?
Yeah, for those who don't know, it's pretty much like you play every other day in the playoffs. Like I think you're allocated like 14 days to finish a round, and obviously everybody knows it could go 7 games. So they like to break it up and give one practice day in between each games if possible. So that's where we're at. We're just kind of game practice, 30, 40 minutes, keep it light, couple flow drills, go over our systems, brush up on anything we thought wasn't crisp the night before, and kind of just keep it positive, keep it loose, and get in and out of there, take care of our bodies, and move on to the next battle.
Also, I'm just curious, video wise, are you guys doing video on the practice day or on the game day?
A little bit of both. We want to do as much as we can, so we kind of got our X's and O's in order by the time we get out there, and makes it easier on everybody when we know where we're going to be out there. Kind of systematically, you can help a player out by being in the right position and covering up your man or doing something like that on offense or defense. So we're doing a lot, and especially individually at home too. Like I know me and Forey the other day, we just watched a bunch of clips on different types of things and just try to break it down. And video is such a big part of the game now, as you know, especially like it's everything. Like you watch a game and you can see it completely different than maybe how you played. And especially for all the young listeners out there too, like I know in minor hockey it's tough and stuff, but as you go up the ranks, like take the video seriously. I know sometimes like people can get zoned out and stuff, but really try to dial it in, hone in on your details, because those little details are the difference between making it and not.
Yeah, and I can't remember who said it. Maybe it was on our podcast, maybe it wasn't. I've heard a couple people say this though, but like NHL players now are spending a lot of their off season just doing a lot of video breakdown because you get so much better from just watching clips and learning. And when you find yourself in that position on the ice in the following season and you already seen it kind of like from the bird's eye view, you know what your options are. Like it's and positionally, man, like it's you learn where to be on the ice from video too, not just like decision making and stuff. But I was gonna say, going back to my question on when you guys are doing video, because like playoffs, yeah, they're tough on players, but dude, like video for coaches during the playoffs is a nightmare because either right after the game or the next morning early, like they're watching the whole game back, making every clip that they could make, and getting it all turned around and ready to show the players like the next day. It's like a pretty tight, and then you're doing that every other day. Like it's kind of a nightmare for coaches. Um, but so I was just curious about that. But what about like other playoff series? You want to talk? Anything caught your eye around the league? I know Cozy, former guest of the pod, with the hero overtime late last second goal type of thing in North Bay.
Yeah, that was unreal. I was actually watching that game, and that series has been a battle too. Like I know it's a 7 versus a 2 seed, but Ottawa's really held their own. Obviously, they're down 3-0, but they could have easily been right there. But yeah, Cozy's been playing stellar. It's obviously amazing to see him having as much success as he is. A good friend and former guest of the pod as well. So it's definitely good to see him doing well. And no, I don't really think there's been anything kind of crazy happening. I know former teammate of mine, Nick Porco, and your buddy Porks as well. He's doing well there. They're up 2-1 on Flint in maybe a series that people thought Owen Sound was the underdog.
Yeah. Now my thing with Flint, like Flint is a good team, and I'll still give this one to Flint if I had to predict right now. I think they'll win the series, but I mean their record was really good because the first half of the season they played Erie like 30 times, like not actually 30, but like however many times, you know what I mean? When before there was the border, they can cross and all that stuff. So they had a really good record, but they did play a lot of weaker teams, I guess, in that first half of the season. And I mean, I haven't like watched the Flint play, so I can't really comment too much other than just knowing that. But I do still give this series to Flint. But I mean, Owen Sound, like their identity forever is like that hardworking team, right? And you know more than anyone, like if you want it in the playoffs, if you're gonna work harder, it's like the harder working team often wins, right?
Oh yeah, and going into Owen Sound is never fun, especially in the regular season. I can only imagine how it's amped up in the postseason in that small barn. The boards are definitely bruisers and stuff like that. But yeah, Flint's got Othman and Cap, a couple former guests as well. So hopefully they're doing well for sure. And just one other thing that I've seen is Jack Thompson lighting it up. One of my best players, obviously. He's been on a tear. They play tonight, so hopefully he can keep rolling, and he's doing awesome things. But no, it's weird because I've never really like watched the West this year because like we were just talking about, you do a bunch of video, but it's normally just like on yourself or on your team or on teams you're going to play against. So you don't see the West too often, and that's kind of why I don't really know too much about the West. And hopefully we can make it through and see a West team eventually. But till then, we'll focus on the East. But no, it's been good, man. Like the playoffs are so much fun for a lot of us. Like we haven't played playoff hockey in so long, so it was a bit like almost like weird at first. You don't really know how it's going to go, like if it's going to be open, if it's going to be tight. And then once we got a feel for it, it's been a lot of fun, and it's been some good hockey. So it's something I'm looking forward to keep rolling here.
Okay, well, we'll send it over to Forey and Declan McDonnell now, and we'll get some fan questions going with those guys.
All right, now we're live here in my billet's basement. The boys are crammed in. I are on the couch. Reminds me of the Swedish episode with Murr and JT right now. But we got Forey back on the pod this week.
What's up? I'm happy to be back on.
You sound so excited.
Just so everybody knows, that's Forey's voice. And if you're an audio listener, we're going to run through some questions here. So get familiar with Declan McDonnell here to my left. Prospect of the Tampa Bay Lightning, played a bunch of AHL games last season. So a player in his own, and probably had the biggest hit I've ever seen in my life last night.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks, excited to be on with the boys.
All right. So, I mean, we'll, I guess I want to go to the first one. I wasn't even going to ask this because we get it every time. But again, someone asked stick specs. So can we run through everyone's stick and specs on it? So the guys know. We'll start with Dex, start with you.
I'm not a big stick guy. I kind of just use what's given to me, but I use 75 flex, right hand. I don't even know what curve I use. P28?
Yeah, that sounds right.
P28. Cut it down a lot. Got a pretty short stick, so.
Yeah, you do use a twig.
Yeah.
Mine's pretty simple again, too. 75 flex, P90, max blade, and that's pretty much it. Not too much detail to it. And using true.
I'm 85 flex, P28 curve, I think, and I get an extension in it, so it's longer.
Okay. All right, there we go. We got some stick specs. I guess while we're on that one, a couple people ask, I think maybe cards is mostly for you, but what golf clubs do you use?
I'll let Forey go first.
I don't even know what I have, but I'm still a player.
Forey's got a signing bonus and he can't go buy new clubs. He's still using the antiques from the flea market that he got. But so I'm using Titleist T100s for my irons, and then TaylorMade woods through the bag, and a beautiful ping putter. And Dex is also big into golf, and I know he's got a nice set of clubs too. So what are you rocking?
I got the Tiger Woods Red Covert driver. It's pretty old, but then I got some Mizuno irons, and kind of just mix and match from there, hybrids and wedges. So that's about it.
Okay. I got the Dollarama Wilsons cards. You've seen them before.
Rask, you might be better off buying those plastic clubs from the dollar store. Actually, the better than your clubs. Your clubs would actually be comparable to Forey's. Like Forey's could have the worst clubs I've ever seen in my life. It's bad.
Let's go. There's a lot of questions here. I guess this one's kind of stupid, but I'll ask it. Who's winning the Memorial Cup this year?
Barrie.
The Barrie
Yeah.
Colts.
I figured that would be the answer. Someone asked who has the driest humor on the team. Let's go, Forey. Who do you think has the driest humor?
Okay, so I'd probably say Connor Punnett.
Okay.
I'll go with Lammer. Ian Lemieux likes
Oh
to.
yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah, he takes the chirps. He doesn't like to give him out too much. He's too much of a nice guy. So he's kind of like Dex in that sense. But Dex, who you got?
The Goose.
The Goose.
The Goose is kind of funny.
Let's see. Who's the clown in the locker room?
Stiff.
Yeah. Nate Allenson for the most part.
Rask is up there, no?
Yeah, Frask too. Fraska is a clown in the locker room. We have a few clowns actually. It's like a circus in there.
Tobacco gets a good one sometimes.
Yeah, Tabby. We gotta guys have their moments, I feel like.
Yeah.
Kind of
Guys, where do you rank on the clown list?
I'm dialed in, buddy. I'm
Okay.
focused in that locker room. Come on.
Just strictly business in there.
Yeah, it's a business trip.
Okay. This is kind of like a general tough one to answer, but what's the best part of playoffs? Dex, let's go start with you.
Yeah, I think like the locker room atmosphere after you win a game, like it's just so fun. The boys are fired up. You got the music going. Everyone's singing, dancing. I think that's up there. For
I think to the fans also, they're more involved. Everyone's playing that much harder because 4 games, you lose 4 and you're done. So no one really wants the season to be done. So I think just how we play the game, it's way different from the regular season.
Yeah, just like what they said, it's so much more fun. Like it just gets ramped up to a different level. So every night you go out there, you're expecting to battle, and it's like, it's tough out there. Like you're getting hit, everything. Like you don't know what's gonna get thrown at you. So that's kind of the cool thing about playoffs, all the uncertainty.
Yeah. As like a fan, I guess, one thing that's exciting is just like every goalie stoppage, there's basically a scrum, like those ones.
Yeah.
It makes the game, just from a viewing perspective, like a lot more exciting when you kind of see a little more hatred, a little more excitement from the boys. Like that's a good part from just watching.
Well, yeah, Rask, I saw you in the crowd and Missy, you took your shirt off, started waving it around and screaming, fight, the whole.
Yep, that was me.
He's a soup.
What do we got here? Okay, which guy sets the vibe in the room and keeps everyone calm before a big game?
X?
Right, Cardsy. Cardsy gets you going in there. Connor Punnett too.
Yeah, Punter steps up a bit too, yeah. For you?
Yeah, probably Punter or Cardsy.
Okay.
Yeah, just try to keep it like you want to be like dialed, but at the same time you want to keep the boys where you're in a loose state. Like it's not like we're clinching our sticks out there, but everybody knows their role and there's no confusion when you step on the ice. Kind of just take it from there and run with it.
Yeah. Are you guys both rocking mullets too? I didn't ask.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, mullet cam quick. Everyone
Yeah.
check out the YouTube right now.
We got Declan McDonnell's nice flow here.
Oh, yeah.
It's looking good. Lines in the side as well, and Forey as well. The whole team got him actually.
That's sick.
Pull up the hair a bit. Yeah. Yeah, the boys are looking good.
Okay. Who else we got? We got a lot of questions. Someone says, I don't want to ask that one. Who's the biggest goon on the team? Is that Dex now, based on whatever hit we're probably gonna clip?
Probably Punter.
No,
Yeah.
give it to Dex, though. Give it to Dex.
No, I'd say
I'm not a
Dex
goon.
though,
I
man.
just
Dex
shoot
plays
assists.
hard. Dex plays hard. Me and Forey were talking about this yesterday. Like
Behind his back a bit.
behind his back, we were talking about him and
Thanks, boys.
how he can just run guys over. Let's talk about the hit. Like give us your breakdown of the hit yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
There's one angle where you can like see I get hit in the face,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm just angry, and I just line this guy up. It was doting, but yeah, kind of just finished my hit, skated backwards.
He Cronwall them.
Yeah, it was a cron wall. Wait till it's like once you clip this thing, it's unbelievable. It's on the Barrie Colts Instagram story too.
Okay.
You check it out, Rask.
I'm gonna let me check it out now for a live reaction.
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't know.
clinic.
I don't know how I haven't seen it. Okay, here we're getting into the game. Punt goal, Cardsy goal. Is this the hit? Oh! Yeah.
Hey,
Holy!
And
It was
dude,
like
it
a
looks
hipper kind of.
yeah, it looked crazier even in person too, and the crowd was going mental.
Oh yeah! Wow, you almost flipped him.
Yeah, that was close. If I got a little lower, I think.
Oh man, he's just sitting there like waiting to get up. Like, am I okay? That's what he's thinking right now. He's like, am I all right to get up or not? Holy!
Poor guy.
Yeah, that was.
Dex, like that's what we had to deal with when we used to play against this guy. Like he's just a rat out there. He's running everybody over, always finishing a hit. So it's a pain in the ass to play against.
Yeah, you love to have those guys on your team, though, especially in the playoffs.
Mhm.
Let's go. Does anyone have any weird pregame routines?
Dex, you must.
Yeah, you have to.
I don't think I do.
You eat the same thing before every game.
Yeah, I eat the same pregame meal: chicken, rice, and sweet potatoes. Haven't switched it up once this year, so unless we're on the road and you're kind of like in a hotel, then there's nothing you can really do about it. But about it.
For the most part. Forey, what do you got?
Nothing. I'd switch it up.
You like to get there early though.
Not with you. You like to get there late.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Forey battle every day because I'm like the guy who wants to. I don't like to be there like too early, and then I don't want to be there obviously late. Just kind of right on time. And Forey's like wants to go early, and Lemmer does too. So I'm getting outnumbered lately. So getting in a new routine of going kind of super early and just getting a snack or two in at the rink. There's not.
Susan.
Yeah, always play sewer for sure. Sewer with the boys is good fun, but I
Who's
don't
the best
really.
sewer player on the Colts?
Me.
No.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Me.
Dex is
I've witnessed Forey playing
Dex is
actually.
not.
I remember
Dex-
Forey last or whenever I was there. I remember Forey being pretty good.
Yeah.
He's okay.
He's a one-touch warrior.
Yeah,
He'll
that's
never
all
get
you
a
need,
second
though,
touch.
bud.
Yeah, he's not like I don't think you're.
I hate
cut
to
out.
say it, but backer probably.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say
you're right.
Backer.
Backer
I
has
hate to
good
say it because
touch.
he's a scum.
Yeah,
He never tries for anybody else's ball, but he's got some nice touches.
And poor Dex, man. Dex is like
Well, I get the word.
Dex
My
gets
first
sore.
touch is always like,
Dex is the worst player on the team.
no one ever gives me a good ball.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. I guess this question just says best player to play against in the OHL. So maybe I guess who's the best player, or maybe who's the toughest player to play against? Not from like a tough hitting perspective, like who's hard to play against.
Dex.
I don't know. It's a good question. I might pass that one to you guys.
I haven't really been here for that long. I haven't played against anyone this year.
Probably say Jack guy.
Oh yeah.
On Hammer,
Yeah, that's a good one.
he's a good shutdown D, like big tough guy. So you don't like going up against those guys, but it's always a good battle. Like like at the same time, you're going into like a tough matchup, but you got to enjoy it too and kind of embrace the fact that it's going to be a battle every time you're out there, and that's kind of what playoffs are. But he kind of plays with that playoff mentality year round. And Dex, you played with him.
Yeah, I played with him in kids for a while. He's a big, tough guy, good guy, but yeah, he's definitely tough to play against. Good long stick, big boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, good
Okay.
fighter.
Yeah, good.
Oh yeah, we've seen that this year.
Who do you fight on?
No,
No,
Are you gonna go home?
no.
Dex wants him.
Well, Cardsy's a fighter now. That's
No.
2 in the last week and a half.
Yeah, I'm mixing it up too much lately. Got to shut
Was
it down.
that your first fight a week ago?
Yeah, that was my first ever in my 3.5 years, and now got to get 2. So just trying to catch up to all the other guys who've been fighting since day one, right?
Actually, that's a question. Is there there's fighting limits and rules in the regular season? Is there any in the playoffs?
I think it just resets and you get 3 fights during the playoffs too.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, I don't know. Don't quote me.
Okay, we'll leave it as we don't know. But that's an interesting one. Something you got to look into at this point, Cards, the way you're going. But One question says, what are your best memories from the regular season so far? That's a tough one. Cards, let's start with you.
Probably just spending time in this basement with the boys. I mean, like the whole season, it's been a lot of fun. Just wherever we are, anybody's house. It's the OHL is all about like making memories with the guys and enjoying your time here. And you're only here for such a limited time, so you got to kind of soak it all in while you can. So just every day getting to hang out with the boys, and then going to work with them, and it doesn't even seem like a job at all. It's just so fun to be at the rink when you're surrounded by a great group of guys. So that's it for me.
Forey?
Me, probably just getting back and playing again. I hurt my shoulder early in the year and then came back and I started playing again. And that was probably my most exciting part for me, just being back on the ice, playing with the guys and scoring some goals.
Yeah, it was exciting to get traded to Barrie. New atmosphere, new guys. Change of scenery. We came. My first guy here, we started winning some games. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, I think it's just getting to know new guys.
And then we got Saucy.
Yeah, then kind of like
YouTuber.
Yeah. We could do fan questions all day. Let's do a couple this or that's to move it along. So I guess I'll run through it with I'll ask one and then each of you give your response, go across the couch kind of. You want to do it that way?
Let's just do it where you just run through them all with one guy and then all through the next, so everybody's not confused here.
Okay. We'll start with Forey, and I'm coming up with them off the top of my head, so if I'm slow, not my fault. But okay, Forey, pass first or shoot first? We know this one already.
Shoot.
Bar down or 5-hole?
5-hole.
Oh, okay. Okay, left side circle on the power play or at the point?
Left side.
Okay.
Brainer. Are you kidding me, Rask?
Yeah, well, I saw he was up at the point on the right side.
Yeah.
Iced coffee or hot coffee?
No coffee.
Let's go with weights or cardio.
Cardio.
Oh, Cardsy.
Well, I would rather go for a run than lift weights. Do lower legs.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, how about hit a bomb drive on the golf course or lay in a nice chip within a foot?
Probably a bomb drive.
Okay. I'm trying to keep thinking. Cards, you got any off the top of your head? It's tough on the spot.
Yeah. Candy or chocolate?
Chocolate.
Bauer or CCM?
CCM.
Gatorade or G2?
Gatorade.
And more sugar. I'm trying to think too now. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
City or country?
Country.
Fishing or hunting?
Fishing.
Yeah, because remember when we had Nate Thompson on, we were talking about Forey being a big fisherman and a hunter. So
Yeah.
he's been keeping me up to date. Now it's rainbow trout season, I've learned. So might have to endure in some fishing here pretty soon with Forey. But you want to flip her over to Dex now? You should have some new material here. You've been
well, I'll think of some more, but Forey, we should do a fishing with Forey content thing in the summer. Wouldn't that be sick?
That would be a show.
I don't know if I'll be here this summer though.
Oh, okay, fine.
But if I'm home, then yeah.
Okay, we have trademark rights on that name, by the way. It's filed, so no one take it. Okay, Dex, we'll go. Okay, we'll start with hockey ones, I guess. So let's go shoot first or pass first.
Shoot.
Bar down or 5-hole?
Bar down.
Okay. CCM or Bauer?
CCM.
I got one. I got a few here, Rask.
Okay, wait. I want to go chocolate ice cream or vanilla ice cream.
Chocolate ice cream.
Okay, cards.
Snapchat or Insta?
Snapchat.
Okay, Twitter or Insta?
Insta.
Snapchat or Twitter?
Snapchat.
This is the only guy I've ever seen in my life, Rask. He has Instagram on Safari. So he doesn't have the actual app.
of Instagram because he doesn't want to use it too much. So he has to go on Safari and log in.
If I go on the app, I just sit there scrolling for hours, and then the explore page is better, and then you go through the reels, and then it's just like an hour ordeal when you're just laying in bed on Instagram. When you
What about TikTok?
So you don't want to go on it. No, I don't have TikTok.
Okay, I was gonna say because you would be trapped
No.
on TikTok.
Oh yeah, I had it for a little while, and it was ugly. I had like 2 hours a day on it.
Yeah. Sometimes I rack up the minutes on TikTok.
Yeah.
Cards, you do. You're racking up TikTok minutes.
Yeah, I like a good like 30 to 45 minutes of just like rocking on TikTok, watching like golf videos and stuff like that. It's just sick.
It's easy to get sucked in, especially now that the videos aren't just a minute long anymore. Like they used to all cap at a minute. Now they can. I don't know if there's a time, or maybe it's like 5 minutes.
3
now.
minutes.
Yeah, I think it's 3, right? Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's more.
It's
Like we
3
were
or
given
4.
more on our Showbound TikTok. So I think some accounts can get more.
Yeah.
So you can get sucked in pretty quick. Like you think you're watching a minute video, you've been there for 5 minutes, you scroll down, you do another. But yeah, let's go a couple more. Well, yeah, candy or chocolate?
Chocolate.
Okay. Reese's peanut butter cups or Hershey's cookies and cream?
Oh, that's a tough one. Reese's.
Okay. Say that again.
Reese's.
Reese's.
Yeah.
Reese's. It's like okay, I got a good one
I
for
got
him.
one too.
Offsides or offside?
Offsides.
So he
Oh.
says offsides like it's a football game because he's American.
Oh
Big-
yeah, that's true.
We're joined by the biggest Buffalo Bills fan ever.
And Sabres too.
Yeah, it was super.
Hey, I'm a Bills fan too. Let's go.
Iced coffee, hot coffee.
Depends what the mood is, but hot coffee.
Winter or summer?
Summer.
Okay. Summer sports or winter sports?
Probably winter sports. So I'm talking
Favorite pastime in the summer?
golf.
Okay. Rask.
Okay, bomb drive or chip within a foot.
Long drive makes you feel good about yourself. So long drive.
Okay. Are you like snacking? Okay. What's your snack on the course if you have a snack?
Probably like some
That's it.
peanuts.
That's
No,
it, bars.
no.
If you ever go to Costco, free ad for Costco right now, and the That's It brand.
Very good.
It's called That's It. It's like a little bar of fruit, and Dex eats about 45 of them a day at the core or at the ring. So
They're good.
Oh yeah, where are you guys going for lunch these days? Are you rotating around like Park Place or you have a spot?
nah, man, we've been going home a lot. Dex goes out quite a bit though. He's a big Panera guy, right?
I like the
Okay.
Mucho burrito's pretty good. Pita Pit.
Dex is also the king of greasy sandwich meat sandwiches.
Yeah, like a nice whole wheat, sharp cheddar,
Sickening.
mustard, ham sandwich. Yeah.
He brings them out and it's like, what are you doing, buddy?
There's new subs at Subway. I've been going to Subway. They have all, I think 5 or 6 new subs. They're sick.
Subway's pretty good.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
bad.
Subway's my spot. I mean,
Cookies really.
they have a new cookie too. I just had it. It was so good. I
Subway.
want to get one of those Subway carpets for my apartment, like that say Subway on it.
What? Why?
I think it'd just be funny.
Good vibes, Subway. You got to make your house smell like bread then if you're gonna do that.
Yeah. My old apartment when I was at Brock, like was above a Subway, and you could smell them baking the bread in the morning. It was like the best thing to wake up to.
That is pretty nice.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Other than that, I mean, is there anything we want to talk about here while we have you guys before we kind of wrap up, or what? I mean, okay. What about going forward? Let's get some predictions. Not predictions because you guys are gonna pick yourselves, but like thoughts on the upcoming games in the series against Mississauga and beyond. Starting with Forey, how do you feel like tomorrow's gonna go down? Like that sort of stuff.
I mean, hopefully we can win again. I mean, I feel like if we win tomorrow on home ice, we'll have a stranglehold on the series. So they're gonna have to come up with a big effort. It's their most important game of their series, and it's every game. I mean, we keep saying the same thing. It's the most important game, but every game really is. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger until you can finally come out with the 4 wins. So hopefully we can win tomorrow, and hopefully we can close it out on Saturday.
Yeah, Dex, what about you? How do you think personally? How do you feel? That sort of stuff.
I think we're in a good spot. I think we're pretty confident, I think we're playing good hockey right now, but I think they're going to come out strong tomorrow. I think, obviously they don't want to go down 2, so I think they're going to be coming hard, and hopefully we can get the win and get up 2 so we feel good about going to Mississauga.
And Cards, different question for you. How do you feel about, like, I don't know if, like, the common fan knows this, but, like, there's a lot of line matching that goes on in playoffs and stuff, and when you're home, you get last change, and you can kind of control the matchups. How do you feel about that part of the game, like the matchups? I know being a part of, like, the top line with Euphoria and stuff, like, you're going to get the tough matchups, but then at home where you can try to counter that. How do you feel like that stuff plays into the game?
Oh, it's huge. And I think that's why you have coaches and why they've been doing their job for so long. They know what they're doing in that sense. And you just kind of trust that they're putting you out in the right matchup, and whatever your matchup is, you got to make the most of it. And and that's your goal, right? Every time you're on the ice, there's 5 guys on each side. So you got to outplay the guy beside you. And if you do that, I think you'll come out on top most of the time. And I think that's kind of what the keys to what we're trying to contribute to our success here is. Just each guy goes out there and wins every shift, and we're going to come out with a successful ending. So that's kind of our thought. And, our goal is to win every game. So moving forward, that's not going to change. And we're going to go in there with a positive mentality and try to get the job done. And I think, like I just said, if we work hard and win our matchups, then yeah. And like you were mentioning, being at home is definitely an advantage for the last change and stuff. And not only that, but the fans being into it as well, like Forey alluded to earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, Saturday I'll be there for Game 5, where you guys are going to close out the series. So that'll be knock on wood. That'll be good though. It's good to see you again. And then I'll be trying to get out to as many games as I can, especially in Barrie, and maybe check out the old alley. But yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up. Like, good luck to you guys. I'm excited to kind of keep watching along the playoff run, and hopefully you guys can get through Mississauga quickly and move on to the next. But anything, you guys, any last words? Anybody? And Cards, you finish up if not. Yeah, Forey got one.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. It was fun.
Pretty simple. I mean, like we talked about earlier in the episode, we just kind of want to have something light and easy. It's been really busy for Rask and I and all the other guys who we will potentially and will get on kind of after the postseason. I know we're going to get Dex with his own episode here in the off season and stuff like that. So kind of we'll get more into back into our schedule of things after all the seasons and the leagues have wrapped up and teams start getting eliminated. But till then, we're going to make do and kind of try to figure out what we can. But let us know what you think about this episode. I know it wasn't your typical episode, but I think it was pretty good. So I don't know, Rask, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, it's warm if you're not going to give the weather report. Like, it's been hot lately. So, but I heard it's going to snow this week. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I think it's going to snow tomorrow.
That's crazy. I don't understand what's going on. I'm trying to play some tennis outside, but I got a tennis court right here. I don't know if you can.
I can see it there. You need to be going to the golf course, the driving range, rather than the tennis courts.
I haven't got my bag yet, though. Like, they got ruined in the flood or whatever. So I still have my garbage bag full of golf clubs right now. But once I get my bag, I'll be getting out there. But yeah, summer sports coming soon. I guess with that being said, we'll wrap it up. We'll get another episode to you guys when we can, and let's go Colts.